Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Haas coming at you with a how to download, update, and edit Elv UI. So let's go ahead and start off by going to tuckui.org. You're going to be met with a page exactly like this. Now, some people can go ahead and download the TuckUI client, which will basically automatically do your updates for you. Personally, I just do everything on my own, so that's how I'm going to show you guys. Maybe later on I'll show you how to download the client, but it's pretty self-explanatory. You really don't need a video about it. So just go ahead and make the download, and you're going to want to open. So open your file. You have two files that'll come with the download in the RAR or the zip. You're going to want to go ahead and grab both, extract two, and then you're going to find your World of Warcraft file. So once you have your World of Warcraft file, you want to go interfaces and add-ons, just like how I went there. If you have any trouble and you haven't changed anything drastically on your computer, you can pretty much just copy what I have up here and paste that in your bar, and you should be able to find it fine if you're not really tech savvy with it. But otherwise, it's pretty easy to find. So just go ahead and extract this. Obviously, I already have Elv UI, but I'm going to update, so I'm just going to say yes to all because he updates this pretty regularly. So we're going to go ahead and pick up WoW. Go ahead and start World of Warcraft. And this is where we get into a lot of the fun customization kind of portion of it. Now I'm going to make a new character live for you guys now, so you can kind of see Elv UI from the start. I'm also going to disable a little addition add-on that I don't really want you guys to see just yet, just because it's not really pertinent to anything. So go ahead and open up your WoW. Here's my WoW. You can see my characters here. We are going to start with my Priestseer agent. So just go ahead and go here. I'm just going to disable the Elv UI Shadow and Light. That does not come with the download, so don't worry about that. You won't even have to disable that. Completely disregard that. So just go ahead and enter the world, and it's pretty much time to set up your new UI. It's going to look pretty basic when you come out. And I'll give you an example of what you can do to kind of mess with it. But here we go. So you're going to start out with a Elv UI installation. You can do a few things. If you skip process, then it's just going to make you do this all over again. I'm first going to talk to this person, so I'm res and I'm alive. Okay, so hit continue. Set up CVARs. It'll set up whatever functions it has inside the code. Setting up chat, which sets your loot over here and then your general chat over there. Then you want to go ahead and choose your color. You can have class, which is white, obviously because I'm a priest. Dark, so a dark color for your unit frames, or classic. Keep in mind this is just your unit frames, but it's not going to matter here because I'm going to show you how to edit the color anyway. Go ahead and click high resolution. I'm assuming you're playing on a high resolution system. If you're not, I don't know what you're playing on. If you're playing on one of those 14-inch laptops, you got to stop. So just go ahead, and this portion isn't really, it's not that important because this is all presets that Elv has already done. So the tank, the healer, physical DPS, and caster DPS, that's all presets that he's done for his previous characters or however he has set up. So as you can see, that's my healer preset, that's my DPS preset, that's my caster DPS preset, which lifts it a little bit higher for the cast bar, and that's my tank preset. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the caster DPS preset, but I am going to change a few things, so it's not going to matter. You have a few different options as well for your debuffs and buffs. I like to go auras and icons. If you just want the icons, like the little pet icon right here, then just hit icons only. And then go finish. It's going to reload your UI. You're going to be completely started out with a fresh Elv UI. Now I'm going to show you how to do some real fun with Elv UI and how to mess with it. So I'm going to just type in /Elv UI, and up comes this whole control panel. So let's go ahead and start with the first thing. First thing you can do is you can toggle anchors. which literally you can move everything. You can move your mini map to the center of your screen if you really want to. I don't know why you would, so I'm not going to do it. You can move your player frames to wherever you want. So for example, if I wanted to move these player frames in a little bit closer here, then there we are. Just like that. They're moved in a little bit closer. As you can see, I have my player cast bar right here, which doesn't really need to be anywhere else. I also have 3 bars, which I'm not really going to need, but we're going to keep everything like this is, but I am going to bring these in a little bit closer. And you can also use the arrows if you want precision work. So if you have something that's not really lining up properly, or you really want it to line up. Tooltip, you can obviously move your tooltip here. There's also an option to make your tooltip bound to your mouse. You can do that as well, so keep that in mind. Once you're done messing with the layout, just go ahead and hit lock, and there you are. You pretty much have the UI. Now, there's a few things that you can do here to customize it. You can change some colors, so you can go media, and you can even do that, make everything white, or at least the backdrop, and then the faded backdrop you can make white. So you can make the entire UI white if you really want, if you're a holy priest and you really like white, or if you like hot pink. So again, that's just in the general tab, and you want to hit media. I'm going to go ahead and change it to something that is not as bright. And I'm also going to make it a little bit opaque. So we're going to go to around that. That doesn't look too bad. I kind of like it. It pops out the unit bars a little bit. Actually, let's make this a little bit darker. There we go. Okay, that works out perfectly. So we have that. We obviously, actually, we can't change the border color. So that's cool. You can also change the font. I believe you can download fonts as well. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I think there is an add-on to mess with the Elv UI fonts. So if you just go ahead and check the Elv UI website, I'm sure you'll find it. Obviously, the minimap, I can make that bigger. The XP bar, I can obviously mess with that as well, which I'm not going to. Same thing with my reputation bar, same thing with my threat bar. Class bar, which is stancing. So essentially, I guess shadow form would come up for a priest, but I'm not sure. But it'd basically be seals and stances and whatnot. You can also disable which action bars you don't want. So just click this little plus sign. You get the little action bars. So say I don't want number 3 here. Number 3 is gone. And say I don't even want number 4. I just want 1 action bar. That's all I'm really going to need. So I'll take out the one from the side and that one. So we just have 1 main action bar, at least at this level. That's all I really need. So that's my action bars. Same things with bags. You can have tons of different options about changing the amount of actual bag slots in each row and whatnot, and also the spacing, the size of the bags, the font, and everything else. So you can mess with that as well if you'd like to. Obviously buffs and debuffs, which affect the buffs and debuffs that come up there. Now I'm going to show you something in unit frames. So in unit frames, you can go ahead and change some effects here. So you can obviously click class health and go back to the class option that you had that you were faced with initially. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something interesting, which I'm going to just change it to match my side color. And I'm going to go ahead and hit the transparent button. So we may need to mess with the side color a little bit, just kind of make it look okay. So there we go. It kind of fits my siding. It's also transparent. I'm also going to make my mana transparent. So there we go. I can actually increase the brightness of my mana so it looks a little bit, stands out a little bit more. You can obviously do transparent for my cast bar, so that's going to be transparent. and that's pretty much good to go. So now when I cast something, which we will find a zombie here, and smite, and you can see the transparency in the cast bar, so that's cool. So let's go ahead and get rid of the uniframes. We mess with the uniframes. Obviously we have nameplates as well. As you can see, these are the custom Elv UI nameplates. Very minimalist. I love the minimalist style, so that's a good way to have that there. It's also great for AoE because it'll show dots. Obviously I have no dots yet because I'm still a level 1 priest, so I'm not going to be able to show you that. And other than that, guys, there's a lot of customization, a lot of things that you can mess around with this. Some things that I've done, and let me just show you this here. I'm going to go ahead and unlock this chat window. I'm going to merge it with that chat because I don't want that chat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up my recount. I'm going to show you something really cool, just something that I learned. Now I know that there are skins with recount that you can go ahead and download for Elv UI. Me personally, this just kind of expedites the process and makes it a little bit quicker and easier. So go ahead and scale that to how you would like it on the second chat window and go into your options. You want to go color, title, and just bring that all the way down to transparent. And same thing with the background, transparent. And just so it doesn't show those little corners here and it doesn't move on you, just go ahead and lock that window. So now you have a perfect spot for your DPS meter or your threat meter, whichever you prefer, and you can keep that there for your groups and whatnot. Your UI is really compact, really small. You obviously have your target frames right there, your action bars, your cast bar. Now all you need to do is go ahead and set up your power auras. But if you guys have any questions, comments, or any other suggestions for any other videos, or maybe you have a few questions about how to set up Elv UI in a different way, go ahead and drop a comment, and I'll see if I can answer that as quickly as I can. Take care, guys. Bye.